What's up, people? You know what, man? Uh, it ain't no sense in me. This video gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little strange because I talk about this all the time. Y'all already know how I get down, and you know what I'm saying, doubting and stuff like that. I shouldn't even, with my situation, I don't have no reason to doubt that it's a possibility that I don't walk around saying, "Oh, I'm an Israel." I don't do that. That's first and foremost. That's just humbleness, and that's just me just learning. You know what I'm saying? And humbling myself because in the Bible it says, "I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." Right? Okay, we know that we don't do that, right? My family never did that. We didn't know anything about what a Jew was. We didn't know what the hell it was. I'm gonna put it like that, being honest. My life, I came up, and I'm in the process right now. I got me a pen and paper here. What I'm doing here, I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm doing, because so nobody won't be confused. Think about the sign I have right there in my video. Bible says that these curses will be. I forgot to put will be. I forgot to put be, but I didn't. I skipped that right in there, but my bad. I just do a part two. Maybe I might can still change that. Hold on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll be back. Give me a couple of seconds. Give me a second. Give me. All right. I had to go and put what I had to put the words to jam them, the will be. I had to jam them together. You know what I'm saying? In order for the video to be right. All right. Bible says these curses will be a sign. Deuteronomy 28. Okay, answer what I was saying. I held this up for a reason. Now, y'all notice what I've been telling y'all in my last couple of videos, right? I'm not trying to, I don't even know how to start off with this video. This is not to put nobody, my family, I'm talking about my family. This is not to put nobody down or whatever. I just want to use some evidence. It's to, right, explain myself and my background. You know what I mean? I want to try to explain myself better because when I never owned my own home, right? I never owned my own house. It's not like I woke up one day. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to live in a single parent household. And I want to also live under the roof of somebody as a grown man at damn near 50 years old. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I hope my life be a living hell. I hope my life be like this here. I didn't do this. I did not chose this lifestyle. And not at all. I didn't wake up one day and say, I hope my life be a living hell. I didn't do this here. To me, I consider my life a living hell. I really did. I can't even begin to explain to y'all, especially if you definitely not an Israelite. You definitely not going to understand this here. The heathens, y'all not going to understand this here. Y'all don't understand when you get up every single day and you got to rely upon somebody else for everything. You see what I'm saying? Filling out applications on jobs. You had to have, having help for that. And I'm saying it like this for a reason, because I'm trying to compare it with Deuteronomy 28. And because when I look around and I struggle with, like, damn, if our people, like I'm thinking, like, you start thinking and you struggling with this thing. I said, damn, you don't know who your forefathers are. Like, damn, I wish I could have asked them these damn questions while they was alive. Like, goddamn, all of, except, you know what I'm saying, your fathers, because your fathers gonna know what you are. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you go back to great grandpa and all that type of stuff. Then I have people in my family, they talk about DNA test. Automatically right there, that's a map. You shouldn't even be in a shadow of a doubt about DNA. I don't even know how to even really, it's like I don't even have words. I don't even know how to even speak, bro, of how I really want to put this out there, because I don't want to, like, say the wrong stuff and then family, they watch the video and like, why did he say that? You know what I mean? Why did he put that out there? He putting too much personal information out there, and he is, you know what I'm saying? And it's like some people be like, well, he don't know what this. He just don't have the education. He don't know what to speak. I don't even know exactly what to say and how to even say it, because I'm afraid. It's like I'm afraid of saying it wrong. You see what I'm saying? I'm afraid of saying things, and I'm afraid of it may come off a certain way and somebody be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's why I really do. I would say that I probably do 50 curses. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't no way in hell, no way in fucking hell, I'm trying to put myself in this type of situation. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I hope I don't know how to read and write. I didn't get up with that. To where, I hope and pray that I have to lean and rely upon somebody else for my to read my math off and everything. He can't do this. I have to do it all for him. No, I did not do that. So every time I think about that heavily, I be thinking, like, I be sitting up and something say, why are you saying, why are you doubting yourself as an Israelite or whatever? You see what I'm saying? And then something hits me and be like, man, look, let me tell you something. You ain't got no goddamn business doubting yourself when you know you're in a position, you're in a situation to where the average heathen is, the average heathen is just not in this situation. Because the thing about the heathens, when children are in a situation like this here, they have the resources and they have the educational resources when they're young. It's to send them to school, do all kinds of stuff, is to get them the education that they need. You see what I'm saying? So when I think about Isaiah chapter 61, it said he have anointed me. Isaiah said God had anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He had a reason for saying that. You see what I'm saying? The poor. The poor is not people who don't need the gospel. Poor people is the one that need food. Poor people is the one that need resources. Rich people don't need that. Clearly, these people know what I'm talking about. And their name is Esau. The Caucasian people know that's them. They know they don't have to wake up every day and be like, well, I'm rich. You know what? I hope and pray that I know I'm going to be rich. No. When they are naturally born, they are born into wealth. Let's just not sit here and play with words like that shit ain't real. They do not have to wake up every day and wake up. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to be in poverty. No, I didn't do that. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to live like this. And something just told me to make this video and say, you know what? What the hell are you doubting yourself for? You look at the shit that you've been going through all your life. It ain't like you signed up and you wanted to live like that. You don't want to wake up every day and be fucking goddamn confused in your mind about different things and situations and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Do you think if I had control over my whole life, do you think I would have more than what think about it. If I own everything, if I own the resources of transportation, guess what I'd go out there and do? I would get me a goddamn what? If I'm just saying, if I'll get me a damn Lamborghini, I'll get me a car, and you know what I mean? I would do that. I'd have been there, done that shit. You think I'm gonna sit right in here and just, I'm going to do this on purpose, even though I can afford all of these things. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit up in here on purpose and just complain. No, that ain't nothing that I'm just sitting here deliberately doing that. Because guess what? I realize and I understand I don't control nothing. So something told me, you're doubting yourself. Why are you doubting yourself? Look at the condition that you're in. You ain't woke up one day, Brother Ray, and say, you know what, I want to be poor and I want to rely upon somebody else. You didn't wake up one day and say, oh, you know what, I hope I don't know how to read, so I can I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to pretend and act like I don't know how to do this. I want to wake up and not know how to read, so that'll give me the excuses to say that I'm this and I'm that, I'm a Jew, I'm this and that. No, I didn't do that. Because I didn't know what the hell that was. I didn't know what that was. Being a Jew, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what it meant. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know what chosen meant. So what I'm doing, I'm literally sitting here right now, working on some words and spelling and stuff. And what I want to do is work on some math. I'm letting y'all know what I'm trying to do. Because I'm trying to, enhance my understanding, man. That's why look, let me show you something, man. I have books. I'm eager to learn and to teach myself more how to read. You see what I'm saying? I am. I'm learning more, and that's why I have so many books. Because because guess what? You're looking at a man that didn't know how to read or write. I'm serious. I'm being real with you. The way I'm talking now on camera, this is the same way I talk when I'm off camera. The same exact way. I'm not putting on no front. I'm not sitting here recording this here on camera, just putting on no damn front. I don't believe in doing that. I'm telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? And then I say, because the Bible says, Deuteronomy 28:46, these curses will be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, right? That's what it says in Deuteronomy. So every time I attempt to doubt myself, I look at all the evidence around me. You have proof and evidence that, okay, God did say this here. So he said he's a God that he won't lie. You see what I'm saying? If you're in a situation, you're in a situation for a reason. So it says something just came in and say, look, stop doubting yourself. You got the evidence before you. I show you every day. You letting the enemy put all these things in your head. You're letting the devil put this stuff in your head. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. The hell with this here. Forget all that damn doubting and all that damn belief. I got too much confidence anyway for that. You see what I'm saying? I got too much confidence, too many and too much confidence. It's to sit up here and doubt this shit. You see what I'm saying? And my family don't want me to put a whole lot of impact. I try not to be so personal. I don't want to be put too much personal information out there, I should say. But I do want to speak. I want my life to be an example to edify the people. That would be the best way I can say it. Maybe what I say can edify them. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, if you know who you are, if you really are Israelite, I shouldn't even have to even be doubting myself. Why am I doubting myself? I shouldn't doubt myself, because it said, why is you doubting yourself when you got all the evidence before you? Every piece of evidence, like the Bible said, would happen. And I don't like to boast and just, there information that I want to release, but I don't want to like put it out there and release it like making myself bold or claiming to be something that it's like you want to stay humble at the same time, but you don't really know how to actually do it. You see what I'm saying? I believe in being truthful and honest. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? And so if I didn't fit the prophecy, then I wouldn't have to sit here, work on my reading, which this is what I'm reading out of that Babylon Temple of 2. And I'm doing good. I'm making some good progress in here with the words. You see what I'm saying? And then that way I can go back and read it and explain it. I'm in here making progress. Like that. Yep. Yep, I got all my stuff up in here. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting up in here trying to get, just educate myself and increase my spelling, increase my math and stuff like that. I'm not really good at math. You know what I'm saying? The only math that I'm pretty much okay at is biblical math, just a little bit. But I need to go back over that. You see what I'm saying? The only words the biblical words that I can spell really good is the biblical math. It's called Vicaris Philidei. Vicaris is spelled Vicarius, and Phili is spelled Filii, and Dei is like 501 166. So I just got to go back and kind of like go back to. So I'm pretty okay with that one. Now that those are the only things that I can pretty much spell, and I can remember that because I used to read that and practice going over that years ago. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I know how to pretty much spell it, because I would be listening to the sounds of people teaching it, and I would hear them spelling the words off, and I would sit there and listen to the audio tape every day, and that's how I got it in my mind. You know what I mean? That's how I learned how to actually spell those three words: Vicarius Philidei. Now let's go. I tell you what. Let's go and see what that is. Let's look more into that, because I am trying to increase my math so that I can like do better with myself, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see here. What does the word vicarious mean in the Roman numerals? Okay. What does Vicarius? Vicarious, Vicarius. Vicarious, okay? Vicarious is Latin word meaning substitute or deputy, deeply. It is a root. It is the root of the English word vicar. Original decease of the Roman diocese of the Roman Empire, created by Empire Disolate. I might have said that wrong. Later, diocese of the Roman Empire around. Okay, the empire also, that means somebody that just build something, like somebody say, I'm going to build a business. I want to establish my business. I want to, like women, they'll say, I want to build an empire, and I want that. I want to build an empire for a hair business. That's an empire that you're building. You're saving money to build things, to put into taxes and things that you want for your business and stuff. That's building an empire. You're building yourself up. So that's what an empire is. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's look at that DEI. What does the DEI mean in Roman numerals? Okay. What is the meaning of vicarious? Okay, I read that. Vicarious. That's vicarious. VICARIUS. Let's look at that. William Birmingham was not known, would not be honest with when he started that. I have been right here, right there, and I have been right there and seen it myself. Okay. The phrase vicarious filiae is the first mentioning in the donation of the Constantine a foregone Roman imperial decree by which the empire Constantine, that's what I said, the empire, the Great, supposedly transferred authorities over Rome and the western part of the Roman Empire to the Pope in the 4th century. It was probably composed in the 8th century and was used in the 13th century to support claims of political authorities by the papacy. It contained the following Latin statement. Okay, the empire, we see that in here a lot, the 4th century. Like, what is the 4th century? 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 400 years, so that's 4 centuries in the 4th century. Like, okay, like 2 years and 250 years, that's 2 centuries and a half. That's 250 years. That's 3, that's 2 centuries and a half. Yeah, that's 2 centuries and a half. All right, I said Phili, right? Oh no, DEI, DEI. What is DEI? Let's do it again. What does DEI means? What does DEI mean in the Romans? Okay. What does DEI means in English? Okay. Diversely, equally, and including a conceptual framework that promotes the fair treatment and full participation of all people, especially in the workplace, including the population who have historically been under. Hold on, wait a minute. Discriminate. Okay. Why they ain't pulling up what I DEI 501? What does that mean? DEI would be 501 in the Roman numerals. How to write 501 in Roman numerals? Okay, that is right. Okay, I had that part right. This is something that this was way before the internet. 501 in the Roman numerals is DI first expands the number considered the place value and written the respective Roman numerals for each digital, then combining each English alphabet to get the Roman numerals of 501, taking this article as reference to the numbers to the remaining numerals concept can be learnt thoroughly by the students. Hence, 501 can be written as DI in Roman numerals. DI in Roman numerals. Okay, here we go. What is 500 plus I? And they got a question mark. We know that 500 in Roman numerals is equals D. And I in Roman numerals minus 1 as 500 plus 1 equals 501. I remember the reason I can understand it because I used to like read this stuff like years ago. All right. Now, the biblical numbers is the ones that I practiced when I was coming up. So I'm pretty okay with this. But as far as with the spelling, I'm trying to increase myself on that and get enough and learn how to actually spell words, because guess what? You're looking at a man that couldn't read, write, spell, didn't know anything about numbers. I was put in a special class, as you would say. You know, in that special class, it was something like special ed. How you say special education, or hope I said that right. Yeah, or like it's like a class where you catch on. You it's like a slow. You get it, but you getting it in a slower. It's like they call it a slow learning class. It's a slow learning process. You don't catch things, or you don't gravitate things as fast as you could. But I came a long ways with that. You see what I'm saying? So by the grace of the Most High, I can read books like the biblical books and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm still trying to improve when it comes to the numbers and things of that nature, filling out applications or filling out whatever it is that I need to be able to do. And you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, you know? Why should 501 be converted into Roman numerals as DI? 501 can be converted into Roman numerals as DI. Use the place value chart and explosion process. 100 equals 500 equals D. Once equals 1 and equals 1. Once equals 1 and once equals 1. Number ID. Number equals DI. Okay, the number equals DI. 500 equals 500 equals D. Once equals 1 equals 1. Okay, number equals DI. Yeah. So these are the Roman numerals. Now that's in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1, which says his numbers is 666. So that's saying the same thing. You can break it down in numerous ways. Like what's that? DEI stands for 501 or something like that. FILII FILII stands for 53. Then 501 stands for D. 500 and 501 equals 1/6 or whatever, because the word six stands for imperfection. That's what I meant to say. Six, the letter six stands for imperfection, incomplete. That, in other words, it stands for incomplete. The word seven stands for completion. It represents a complete number. It represents perfect. It represents good. You see what I'm saying? It represents a completing of a sentence. Yes, that's what the word seven stands for. And the letter six goes to the letter Pope, because it stands for all of the imperfection and all of the profane and the profanity and the stuff that goes on in that, because it represents incomplete. And that's why the Roman numerals, the 666, 300, 3 scored 6, 501 is 300, 3 scored 6. It all represents something that's polluted and corrupt. That's why they use the number 6. That's why in the Roman Catholic Church, they use the numbers to represent all of that. That's why when you look in Genesis and you see the number 7, it stands for incompleteness. Just like the stuff that we go through, Deuteronomy chapter 28, which stands for imperfection. You know what I mean? When you're going through stuff, and these are the numbers. This is the represents the numbers of the Roman Church. You see what I'm saying? Anything that is not right, it stands for the number of imperfection or incomplete. Anything, Antichrist, homosexuality, pedophilia, all those different things. All those things represent imperfection. Like, I'm sitting here trying to, we don't have no money for the educational resources and stuff like that, right? We don't have money for that type of stuff, because the white race is let's just be honest, the so-called white race, they got all of the resources because they went to every country in the world and they hijacked and took people's resources and stuff. And they still doing that to this day. That's right. That's why we liken in certain things. And the more that we suffer, the more that the Caucasian man, they benefit off of that. They benefit. They're not glad and they not sad. They're not sad that we're living in these separate communities like this here. You got the so-called white people living in these communities over here, rich over there by over there by the Catholic school. They got the goddamn Catholic school and all that bullshit. And then you got the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans all piled up in one community like animals and stuff like that. That's literally what's going on right now. That's the type of neighborhood, although it's pretty, like, some apartments are very nice when they first build them and stuff, but over time they get older and they look like the project. These are just a brand new project. That's all I call it. But guess what? This ain't no mansion that we're living in. It's not mansion. You see what I'm saying? Because let's just be honest, a lot of us have been piled up staying with family members. We was born into staying with our family members. Let's just get it. And the reason I'm saying it like that, is because I'm doing it to show that's why I got it in the title right there. The Bible says these curses will be a sign upon our people. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46. And it will explain who the Israelites are. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the Bible says. Now remember, I'm not walking around here calling myself a Jew. I'm not doing that. I don't even like doing that, because I know Revelation said, I know the blasphemy of them which say they're Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Even though I know that I can relate to these struggles and stuff like that, I still is not willing to just put that on my name like that. Maybe I'm wrong for that. Maybe one day I will. Maybe you know what I'm saying? But right now I just stay in the stage of just growing. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to stay in that stage of growing, because I do know that the Bible says that the people that have these signs upon them, struggling, not knowing how to read and write, not on that, although it's not directly You know what I mean? But it is, in a way, it is. Um, when I look at waking up every day and you have to rely upon, let's say, I'm just gonna say it like this here. When you have to rely upon people in the streets to raise you and stuff, that's a curse. That's the way I put it. When you have to go around and you have to allow your community that you live in, you go around to people, and the advice that I got, all the information, the advice that I have, and the stuff when I be talking and stuff. If you go and look at a lot of my videos on my other channel, like I was talking to an elderly brother the other day, all of that wisdom that I have, I got it from hanging around older people in the hood. Really, I did. You know what I'm saying? When I wanted advice and learn, and I wanted to know how to be wise, and maybe that might have a lot to do with the reason why, with the mindset that I have. You know what I'm saying? Because I never was comfortable hanging with a crowd, because they always say a crowd is not right. And I'm being real with y'all right now, bro. I'm being real. I am being real, man. I'm trying my best. You see? So when I look at being separated, didn't get a chance to enjoy my family, and they've been in the system. Yeah, as y'all know what I mean, the system, like the jail system, in the Horizon system coming up, Horizon, how they say that, the Horizon House, and in the jails and all that stuff. And I look at how my family, my cousins, some of them suffer from being on drugs and stuff, and I couldn't even see my family, and like, damn, they stayed locked up in the penitentiary all the time. And then when I came into this truth in 2018, and I started hearing the brothers speak on the streets and started to break the stuff down, I'm like, damn, I could be there. I could be part of that movement of Deuteronomy 28. Because when I would listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, the devil do try to come and tempt you. It's the doubt whether you really is part of Israel or whatever. You know, like, damn, you know what? Nah, I can't. That can't be me. And then you start thinking, and you're like, damn, well, you in a damn situation to where you never own the damn car. You never own none of this shit. You can't even help other people because you is down and you're at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, well, okay, yeah. I mean, I can sure enough wake up every day and you know, struggling with who you are, and struggling, just everyday struggle. Man, white people couldn't take that, man. Most of them couldn't. They can't even survive. Man, look, let me tell you something. They can't even survive the sun. We can burn up in the sun, but we can take it a little longer than they can. You see what I'm saying? I have a little melanin to me. You know, I can pretty much make it a little bit in this. They can't even make it a little bit in the sun. In that, if they can't survive the sun, bro, we done endure way more than that. It may not sound like it, what I'm saying. You may look at me and you can say, oh, he ain't went through nothing. He ain't like, shoot. Get inside my mind. You'll see. You'll run from this. I wouldn't recommend none of my people is to want to be. No, man. That shit. That shit feels worse than being locked up. You know, when you lock down and you got to depend, it's just like literally being locked up in a goddamn cage. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Being locked up in a cage, and you got to depend upon the only time you can get bread and water, and you got somebody coming and feeding it to you in a cage. That's how it feels. You see what I'm saying? So something just told me, well, you ain't got no reason to doubt yourself, man, because look at what the hell you've been through your whole life, bro. You see what I'm saying? And I had to catch myself, like, wait a minute. It ain't no other nation going through that shit. Them heathens ain't going through this. Like, what? They ain't going through it like that. So it's like something just say, what the hell you doubting yourself for? You see it every day when people watch you on camera. every day. When you open your camera up, turn your camera on, people see. You know? So it's been something, man. I feel like I still left out a lot. And I wanted to make sure that I was saying this shit, all this shit right and correct, bro. Because I don't want to put nothing out here. And then when my people get over, like, what the hell? He sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come back, man. We'll talk some more. I'm just trying to get me some reading. I'm gonna have to go back and get me some reading in. That's all I'm doing, man. Trying to get me some reading in. In the meantime, like I said, I'm working on this word here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to increase my knowledge, bro. You know what I'm saying? And spelling and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been hard, bro. It's been hard for me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just like football. Playing football. I guess what you mean playing football, you may lose the first couple of times. That what you mean, right? You may lose the first couple of times, but eventually if you keep playing, you're gonna make a touchdown. That's what you're trying to say, I guess. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had a hard life, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I can't lie about that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish. When I say my worst enemy, I'm not talking about the heathen. I'm talking about my brother, my Hebrew sister, my Hebrew brother. I wouldn't wish nothing like this upon them. I would tell, no, if you can, I don't care how young you is, if you between 16, 15 or whatever, if you can start out early to make a life for yourself and depend upon yourself and educate your mind with math, reading and writing or whatever in school or whatever, hang in there with that shit. Don't let it go, because you do not want to be like me. I'm being real. You do not want to be like me. Man, if I didn't know, because when I changed, I used to be bad, man. I used to be like, you talking about taking shit from people and all that kind of stuff, like stealing. I'm talking about stealing and stuff like that. That was the only thing that I was mostly mischievous, you know, taking shit that wasn't mine and all that kind of stuff, stealing people's stuff. And I changed at 13 because something came into me. I don't know what it was, but something came over me and say, man, look, if you don't quit this here, you're going to be in somebody's penitentiary. You're going to be locked up, and you better change it while you, just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I made that change, and it looked like it just seemed like the change came overnight. It just something came over me, and it just made me uncomfortable. I said, I don't want to be like this here. You know what I mean? I don't know why the Most High did it. I don't know why I changed so young, you know. But when I came into this walk, I'm here to tell you, this shit wasn't easy, man. And it still ain't. I'm telling you from real experience. Yep. I'm telling you from real experience. I ain't telling you no lie. You know? Like, they had some people, I think it was in my family, somebody told me that they wanted to go get a blood test and all this shit. Look, man. If you knew who you were, just think about it. The Caucasian man ain't got to walk around and say, you know, we need to go get a blood test done to see who the hell we are. No, I ain't got to do all that. But we showing the hell. If you didn't, that's a sign right there. If you don't know for sure, anytime you talk about getting a blood test and all of that, you know you fit that prophecy, Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3, where it says, the ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people does not consider. You shouldn't have to guess about it. If somebody asks you who you are, what is your people, you shouldn't have to be, oh, I don't really know. You shouldn't have to even sit there and pause and stutter. You should be able to just say that shit just like the white man, just like the Ethiopian, the so-called white man, the Ethiopians, and them people in England. Where you from? They ask a Greek, a man that's from a so-called white man. Where you from? Oh, my parents is from Russia, and my father is Persian. All of that's Caucasian. I'm from England. My mother's from England, and my father's Greek. Is Grecian. You know what I mean? All of that's Caucasian. Oh, I'm from Europe. They don't hesitate. You know, even an African. You ask an African where they from, a East African, a North African. You know what I'm saying? You ask an East African and a North. Where you from? Oh, I'm from North Africa. What part? They can tell you. Right, straight off the rip, with no shadow of a doubt in their damn mind. So that right there, even if we actually really knew who we were, you shouldn't have to even take a guess at it. So I don't want to ramble too much, man. I don't ramble. I think I just wanted to get something off my chest. I don't know how in the hell it's gonna sound, but I'm working on a word called. It's a simple word. I know it's this. I know it's like kindergarten to y'all, but it's like Greek to me. Acknowledge. Excuse me. It's not O. It's ACKNOWLEDGE. Acknowledge. Okay. Now I know that now. To y'all, it may be like, man, what the fuck, man? Who don't know how to spell that? But to me, it's Greek. Now I can read stuff. I know I can look at words and see them. But as far as breaking them down into some of them I can, but spelling it right off the rip, I have to like look at it or something like that. You know, my writing, I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. My writing is like a 5-year-old. And it's been like that. The only thing that I think I can write that I know I can write pretty okay in cursive is my name. That's it. The only thing that I can write in cursive is my name. If I'm trying to write out a letter and write some words, that shit gonna look like a goddamn 4, 5-year-old handwriting. And today in this new modern day and age, hell, a 5-year-old can write in cursive better than me, probably. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been hard. Now, the reason I said all of this information, I was saying that I'm saying the things that I'm saying, is because I'm trying to use it to help encourage somebody else and edify somebody else. And I just want it to be real. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to be real and just let your life just flow and just say what's on your mind. You know what I mean? So I'm up out of here, man. I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm just gonna continue to try to teach myself whatever I can, man. All right, man. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, man.